Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, all praises and double honors due to Yahweh Ba'Shem HaMashiach or Malak Yahweh Shai. Secondly, this is Brother Yardan, WFI Detroit, coming back at you with the end of the cold cut. All right, welcome back to another installment of WFI Defenders. What are we defending? The Word, of course. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. To be a little bit more specific, all right, we're touching on Leviticus chapter 19, verse 27. All right, there's a lot of talk about Leviticus 19 and 27 right now, unfortunately, right? It's not in a good way, right? It's in a bad way because a lot of brothers and sisters are suggesting that this is okay, that it's actually okay to get tattoos, whether it be of a snake, a koala bear, your mom, the word mom with a heart and an arrow going through it, or a picture of your cousin that gave up the ghost, or a cross, or a Bible verse. There's people out here that's actually suggesting that it's acceptable to get while being in the truth, which is obviously demonic as hell and wicked. And so today we're going to be going right into it. Right? We're going to bring out history. We're going to bring out sources from scholars. We may bring out some maps. And of course, we're going to bring out the scriptures. All, of course, to magnify the name of the Lord. And what? What else are we doing? Right? We're standing up for the Lord. Yahweh Shemel Shai. Let's bring that out. Psalms chapter 94, verse 14. For the Lord will not cast off his people, neither will he forsake his inheritance, but judgment shall return until righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. Who will rise up for me against the evildoer, or will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? And for anybody to preach, teach, to say, even to suggest that it's okay to get tattoos and ink breaking your skin and marks upon your body is the evildoer. He's a wicked man, and he's off. Even Christians believe that you can get tattoos, which is, I mean, they have a list of things that they're doing that's wicked. But damn, even tattoos, that's hardcore wicked. You're on a whole another level of being demonic because the Lord literally states it. Leviticus 19:27, don't do it. And he tells you in Matthew 5:17, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have come not to destroy, but to fulfill. But we'll touch and explain what that verse means and the context of it. Because ironically, Christians will use this verse to justify that you can get tattoos, which is crazy. But we're going to dive right into it. Abba Ratazah Israel, make it edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So let's dive into the history of tattoos. So if you look to the right, this is from Etymology Online, right? The definition of tattoo. I'm going to read the highlighted portion. Well, I'm going to read the first two sentences. First two sentences. Pigment design in skin, 1769. Noun and verb, both first attested in the writings of Captain Cook from a Polynesian noun such as Titian and Samoan tattoo. Marquesan tattoo, puncture, mark made on skin. First of all, those Samoans and Polynesians are Japheth. They're heathen. And we're not supposed to follow the ways of the heathen. In addition to that, what I really want to bring out is how it means a puncture or mark made on the skin. But to what degree? We got to bring out the layers of the skin. See, now you have to prove all things being in this truth. Let's bring that out. It's Ephesians. Let me bring out Salakia. 1 Thessalonians. You have to prove all things. Chapter 5, verse 21. Prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And his law is good. The holy word of Yahweh Shema Shai is good. But it's only good if you perform those things within it. And it's good if you teach it and do it. But it's not good unto you if you read and not do what's in it. Then it's not good unto you. It's not profitable unto you. It's not made for you then. Right? So let's dive into it. So you have the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. The epi, right? I'm not going to go too much into the Latin, but the epidermis is pretty much the surface level of the skin. And here you see the ink covered needle. And then you have the dermis. That's another layer of the skin, mid level. And that hypo, right, the deep level, hypodermis. Now, this ink covered needle is breaking the skin, puncturing the skin, which even may cause bleeding. And we'll get into that too. And the Lord already said, thou should not make thyself. You can't cut yourself. You can't bleed. We just read that. And is it going deep into your skin, which causes a lot of the times, right, infections, scarring, you're disfiguring your body, obviously. It's not a comely thing to do at all. It's not a righteous thing to do. You're breaking the commandments while getting these tattoos. And I don't give a hot damn if you believe they look cool, they look awesome, they look tough, they make me look cool. The ladies like it. I'm not here to serve the ladies. I'm not here to serve man. I'm not here to serve my own pleasures. I'm not here to self-indulge. We're here to serve the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai. See, Jake could get this and say, see, yeah, man, there's a story behind this one. You want to know how I got this one? I was kind of drunk. It was a Friday night. I was with my buddies. And you know what? And there's a story behind it, man. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't want to hear the stories of why you're in sin. That's the last thing I want to hear. Jay could get this and say, well, my father used to tell me how he was on a boat back in the day, and I just thought about it, and I just thought it would be good for my body and my skin. I thought it would be cool in remembrance of him. Well, look, brother, I don't care. This truth isn't about you. And not only that, this really isn't even your body, right? The Lord gave you this body. And that made me think of let me bring this out. It's Proverbs 25:2. Proverbs chapter 25, verse 2. Is that what I want? Nope, Psalms. I'll have to bring it out. Try one more. Psalms 24 and might have slipped me, but I'm gonna bring it out again, Lord willing. Psalms 25. Here it is. So let me bring that out. Here it is. Proverbs 20 and verse 12. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made even both of them. So the Lord made your ears and your eyes for what? To hear the law and to what? Right? You obviously got to be a witness to things as well with your eyes. But you're not supposed to use your eyes for wickedness. Like it says in Sirach, the eye is the wickedest part of the body. And if your eye is full of darkness, and your spirit and your heart is going to reflect that. Your eye and your ear should be used for its intended purposes, such as hearing the law, right? Hearing the word of the Lord, and your eyes to be obviously reading the law, reading the words of the Lord, right? Performing righteousness with your body parts, not performing wickedness with it. This isn't your body. This verse, the 2 Corinthians, chapter 5, verse 2. Jumping the gun, but that's okay. If I bring it out again, I bring it out again. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 1. For we know that if our earthly house of this tabernacle were dissolved, we have a building of God and house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. For in this we groan earnestly, desiring to be clothed upon with our house, which is from heaven. And I say that to say, we're not desiring a heavenly body, expecting it to have tattoos of a snake and dragons and serpents and beasts and hearts and stars. Jake always get the tattoo with the stars and the clouds. That's not what's going to be on our spiritual body. That's not happening, right? So why are you desiring that in this physical body? It's not your body. You don't need to be doing whatever with it, right? The Lord even tells us in Sirach, the 30th chapter, 31st chapter, right? You have to take care of your body. You breaking the skin of your body, putting it in foreign substance, hey, that's not holy. You're not making yourself set apart. That's what the heathen do. How can you be holy if you're doing the exact same things the heathen do? How can you call yourself set apart by doing the exact same thing the heathen damn does? You must be out your damn mind. And that's why a lot of people get judged by getting tattoos. Well, I might not want to show that. YouTube is real sensitive nowadays, but hey, Lord willing, the most I keep that up. Right? Lord willing, he keeps this video up. There, see that? That's blood. Because you're breaking your skin. I mean, the last time I checked, the man in the Bible that was making himself bleed was a bug out. I mean, last time I checked in Mark, the 5th chapter, hey, that man was a bug out amongst the graves. The last time I checked, people that were all black and got razor cuts right here, last time I checked, they bug outs, right? They have spirits on them. That doesn't mean the Lord's not dealing with those Israelites that may have done that or doing that now. That just means they have spirits on them. And it's a spirit behind cutting yourself in any way, shape, form, or fashion. So this is the I got a lot of tabs, I got a lot of information pulled up, so bear with me. Sarateth, right? Incision, cut, right? Similar to the Greek charagma, right? Which is an incision or cut on a physical level. And what did the Lord say in Leviticus 19 and 27 on down? Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. And I want to also magnify the point where it says, you should not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Now, Jake, is this simple where they say, well, look, I'm not doing it for the dead. We still making a print on your body, on your body. A cutting and a print, damn near the same thing. They're synonymous, right? Because at the end of the day, you're breaking your skin. To make a cut in your flesh, you need a sharp object going into your flesh. To make prints on your body, you need a sharp object going into your flesh. So there's no way around it. A lot of Jake like to be sneaky and trying to get around the Lord. You're trying to do this to the Lord, trying to pump fake him, trying to juke him. I mean, that's wicked. Your mind isn't right. And you can't call yourself, a child of God or one with Christ while getting incisions and marks and making yourself bleed. Because last time I checked, Yahushua was perfect, even on a physical level. Meaning what? I mean, his bones wasn't even broken. So what makes you think he was cutting himself? Because had his bones have been broken, he wouldn't have been that true sacrificial lamb. John 1 and 19. It's like John 1 and 29. The next day John seeth Yahushua coming. It's like Yahushua coming unto him, and saith, Behold, the Lamb of God, which taketh away the sins of this world. So this is significant because it's making reference to the law, right? It's referring to Yahushua as that sacrificial lamb. And when you read in Exodus, the Torah, we know the lamb was sacrificed and the blood was sprinkled. For whose sake? Right? For Israel's sake. Because blood is a purifying agent, along with fire and water, right? blood is definitely one of the best, by all means, the best purifying agent. And so, how much more Yahweh Shai's blood sprinkled upon us for those who have an ear to hear? So, let's bring it out. Oops. This book of Exodus, chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of the months. It shall be the first of the month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. I'm going to jump down to verse 5. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall not take it out from the sheep or from the goats. So this lamb, it had to be without blemish. Anything with cuts, boils, blames, disfigurement, right? That's a blemish. That's proof that Yahushua didn't get tattoos. And ye shall keep it unto the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And when you're reading Exodus 12, right, first of all, when you read the scriptures, you have to read it on many levels. You have to understand it on a contextual level. What's the context? Right? You have to understand it on a historical level. What's the history behind what's being written? And you also have to understand it on a spiritual level. How is it spiritual? How is it doublefold? Like it says in Job 11:6. Because certain things are double to that which is. And so, with that being said, when reading Exodus 12, you must understand that it is definitely speaking about Yahushua. The whole Torah is referencing, or rather foreshadowing, Yahushua. It's all foreshadowing Yahushua. The ornaments and the chiefly the items in the tabernacle, right? The new moon, these certain feast days, they all foreshadow Yahushua. And so, and ye shall keep it unto the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembling of the congregation of Israel shall eat it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood and strike it on the side post and on upper doorpost of the house wherein they shall eat it. Right? And that's what we do during Passover. And we have the blood, metaphorically speaking, so to speak, upon our doorpost. And what's our doorpost? Your mind. How do you know? Well, you can read Exodus chapter 6, right? You can read Exodus 6 and 4 and down, where you understand that law. Even that in itself, the law is referring to, it's like the doorpost is from, on a spiritual level, the door is referring to your mind. So we have the blood of Christ sprinkled upon our doorposts. And therefore, as it was said in Exodus, is to be done for, of course, tradition and understanding of what occurred in Egypt. Now, I want to bring this out as well. Let's bring this out. I know I'm bringing it out on the big screen. Exodus 12 and 5. There's another one I was going to bring out. It just slipped my mind. That's okay. Oh. Here we go. That's what I want. Deuteronomy 15:21. Deuteronomy chapter 15, verse 21. That's confusion. Number 15, verse 21. Let's read it. And if there be any blemish therein, as if it be lame or blind, or have any ill blemish, thou shalt not sacrifice it unto the Lord thy God. Right? And if you want to be as Yahweh and follow after his steps, then you can't get tattoos, or else you're not going to be holy, set apart. And, you're not going to have blemishes. Or it's like, yeah, having blemishes will not make you set apart. Because this whole world has blemishes, even spiritual blemishes. People's garments are filthy, dirty, and dragged through the mud. Really dragged through the mud of this world. And so you participate in getting tattoos, you're one with the world. You either serve the Lord or the world. Don't be caught between two opinions. Well, I feel like it's right. I think it's right. It seems right to me. I don't see any sin about it. The Lord didn't specifically say I can't get tattoos. But my mom died, and I want her tattooed on me. Well, let's bring out the Lord. Let's bring out the law. Let's bring out the Torah. Let's bring out the scriptures. Uh, You don't want to have to follow. You don't want to follow your own mind in this thing. Following your mind in this world will not lead you anywhere. People that follow their mind they end up becoming bug outs. I guarantee it. Follow not thine own mind and thy strength to walk in the ways of thy heart. And say not, who shall control me for my works, for the Lord will surely revenge thy pride. It is an evil thing to say that. I'm going to walk in my heart. Follow my heart. And people get those tattoos too. See that? Gotta be careful Googling this. Well, this is all folly. There you see it. Follow my heart. A lot of other wicked tattoos. When you really think about it, it's really folly. It makes no sense. I mean, this person, you can't even see it. You can't even see a tattoo. So nothing makes sense in this world. Nothing. I want to bring out some history. You see that blood? Sick. It's a website. Bear with me.